We start off today's wrestling news and rumors video with a bit of news regarding former NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, who, as many of you are likely aware, will be joining the WWE's main roster in the very near future. Recently, WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley stated that he feels Rhea Ripley should start off her main roster career in a big way by winning the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match, with Foley going on to say that momentum is everything in WWE, and that Rhea Ripley has all the tools required to succeed in WWE long term, and that winning the Royal Rumble match this year would give Rhea that push she needs to find success in WWE, especially after her momentum was slowed greatly following her WrestleMania 36 loss against Charlotte Flair. Mick Foley also went on to mention that while the likes of Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair have their cases to be considered to win the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match, but Rhea Ripley could use the big launching point more than any other talent in the women's division. Let us know if you agree with Mick Foley that Rhea Ripley deserves to win the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match the most, or do you feel another star should win instead? For those of you unaware, Jinder Mahal is going to be returning to WWE very soon, likely at the 2021 Royal Rumble if all things go according to plan, and there's currently a rumor going around that Vince McMahon plans to fast-track the modern-day Maharaja into the WWE title picture with Drew McIntyre almost immediately after his return, and there's even speculation going around right now that Jinder Mahal may somehow get involved in Drew McIntyre's WWE Championship match against Bill Goldberg, with one source mentioning that a very likely scenario would see Jinder Mahal attack Drew McIntyre at the 2021 Royal Rumble, after McIntyre successfully retains his WWE Championship against Goldberg, with Jinder then setting his sights on Drew's championship. Clearly, the Jinder Mahal experiment is far from being over in WWE, and if these new rumors are true, Mahal is going to be pushed quite heavily on the Raw brand throughout this year. And we have been told that it's not out of the realm of possibility that Jinder Mahal gets his hands on the WWE Championship for the second time in his career in 2021, with Vince planning to try and repackage Jinder Mahal as a monster heel who rarely loses once he returns, with it likely that leading up to his WWE Championship match against Drew McIntyre, Jinder will be destroying some lower card superstars much like Braun Strowman did a few years ago, to gain back some lost momentum. When the WWE had launched their WWE Network back in 2014, there was a mixed reaction from fans, with many being skeptical of how successful this venture would be for WWE, with there being plenty who felt this WWE Network would not last. However, for those of you unaware, a huge announcement was revealed earlier today that WWE agreed to a multi-year deal with Peacock, who will become the new official home of the WWE Network in the United States, with WWE selling the rights of their network to the Peacock streaming service in the US beginning in March 2021, with the cost per month of the network set to be cut in half. Although for WWE, this deal signals a huge boost in revenue, with WWE set to make over $1 billion over the next few years. Daniel Bryan has had multiple reigns as the WWE World Champion, but there is one title reign in particular that stands out for Daniel Bryan as being his favorite major title reign throughout his WWE career. In a recent interview, Daniel Bryan was asked which out of his WWE title runs was his favorite, with Daniel Bryan revealing that his run with the WWE Championship in late 2018 and then in 2019 leading up to WrestleMania 35 was by far his most memorable and favorite run with the championship, a time when in true heel-like fashion, Bryan unveiled the eco-friendly WWE Championship belt for the planet's champion. However, it wasn't only the title reign itself that made it stand out for Bryan as being his very best, because Daniel Bryan also made it clear that the Kofi Kingston storyline, which resulted in the very deserving Kofi Kingston getting his huge WrestleMania moment by winning the WWE Championship from Daniel Bryan, made this title reign more important in Bryan's eyes, as his reign as WWE Champion transitioned into a very welcome new champion in Kofi Kingston. As many of you are likely aware, Daniel Bryan's in-ring career is beginning to slow down, and we want you guys to let us know if you think that Daniel Bryan deserves just one more reign as a world champion in WWE to close out his career, or do you think that Bryan should simply just put over a few more superstars and then call it a career? Braun Strowman has been missing from WWE since he was storyline suspended from WWE for attacking Adam Pearce, and while Strowman had suffered from a legitimate knee injury that required Braun to take some time off from wrestling to recover, Braun Strowman has been keeping busy in the meantime, and the former Universal Champion posted a photo of himself on social media the other day, showcasing that he's in tremendous shape ahead of his return. We have been told that Strowman could be making his return to WWE any week now, and there's speculation going around that Braun Strowman's return will occur during the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble match. In a recent interview, Triple H was asked whether or not the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar would be returning to WWE for WrestleMania 37 this year, and while Triple H did not directly answer the question, with Hunter basically summarizing that Brock Lesnar does whatever he wants, and that the doors are always open for Lesnar to make a big comeback, a new backstage rumor has indicated that Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar have already come to terms on a new contract with WWE that will in fact see Brock Lesnar back on WWE television before WrestleMania 37 takes place. And while it's still unknown exactly what the WWE had planned for Brock Lesnar's return, we have been told that Lesnar will be a huge part of 2021, which speculates that Lesnar will once again become a WWE World Champion this year. When Goldberg made his shocking return to WWE at the beginning of the new year to challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, Goldberg's return was both met with praise and negativity from fans, with some feeling like Goldberg is a big draw and will help make WWE interesting this year, whereas other fans feel as though Goldberg is too old and is stealing the spotlight of more deserving full-time superstars on the WWE roster. Apparently, WWE Hall of Famer Booker T falls under the second category of fans, with Booker T recently stating that he feels Goldberg's latest return is pushing it, and that wrestling's a young man's game, and that Goldberg's whole nostalgia of returning is getting on his nerves, with it clear that Booker T feels Goldberg's best days in wrestling are behind him, and that the former Universal Champion should move over to make way for the WWE's new superstars to get a chance to shine in the spotlight. We now have our main story featured in this video, and it is regarding the new breaking rumors and speculation that Roman Reigns will in fact be losing his WWE Universal Championship to Kevin Owens at the upcoming Royal Rumble 2021 pay-per-view event. According to a new behind-the-scenes rumor, Vince has reportedly been very impressed with Kevin Owens over the past few months, and feels as though Owens has earned another reign as a Universal Champion, with McMahon apparently feeling like Kevin Owens winning the Universal title from Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble would be the perfect move, not only to give Kevin Owens a big moment and huge championship win, but also to set up a huge WrestleMania 37 match that would see Kevin Owens defend his Universal Championship against Roman Reigns and also likely Shinsuke Nakamura as well in a triple threat match. We have been told that Roman Reigns is not very happy about essentially being forced to lose his Universal Championship to Kevin Owens at the 2021 Royal Rumble, but Reigns also does feel like Kevin Owens deserves a big push nonetheless.